Welcome back to the Anonymod channel, your go-to space for everything hacking and cybersecurity. To all the newcomers, welcome to the family. We're glad to have you. And to my loyal subscribers, thank you for your unwavering support. You're the reason we keep pushing boundaries. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's both fascinating and a little unnerving: malware development. Now, before you freak out, remember, knowledge is power, and understanding how malware is created is the first step in learning how to protect ourselves. We're going full-on ethical hacking mode here, folks. If you haven't done it yet, smash that button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our cutting-edge content. Let's grow this community together. Alright, let's break down the big bad world of malware. What exactly are we dealing with here? Think of it like this. Malware is basically any piece of software that's designed to mess with your system. We're talking everything from annoying pop-ups to full-on data breaches. Hackers create this stuff for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes they're after your data, credit card numbers, passwords, all that juicy stuff. Other times they might be out to sabotage a whole system, crashing servers, deleting files, you name it. And then there's the control freaks, the ones who want to turn your own computer against you. We're talking remote access, keylogging, basically turning your machine into their own personal zombie. Not cool, right? But here's the thing. Understanding what makes these digital delinquents tick is half the battle. By knowing what they're after and how they operate, we can start building better defenses. Think of it like this. You wouldn't leave your front door unlocked with a sign that says, "Free valuables inside," would you? Same goes for your digital life. We need to lock things down, put up some security cameras, maybe even install a motion sensor or two. Okay, so you want to build your own malware, eh? Well, first things first, you gotta learn how to speak the language. And no, I'm not talking about Klingon or Dothraki, although those would be pretty cool too. I'm talking about programming languages. Think of it like this. If you want to build a house, you need to know how to use a hammer, right? Well, in the world of malware, programming languages are our tools of the trade. Now, there are a ton of different programming languages out there, each with its own quirks and uses, but a great place to start is with Python. It's like the Swiss Army knife of programming languages. Versatile, easy to learn, and super powerful. Plus, it's got a massive community, which means there's a ton of resources and support available online. But hey, maybe you're feeling a little more hardcore. If that's the case, you might want to check out C or C++. These are like the heavy-duty power tools of the programming world. They give you a lot more control, but they can also be a bit trickier to master. So let's fire up those IDEs and get coding. Alright, now that you've got a basic understanding of programming, let's talk about the stars of the show, the malware itself. Because here's the thing, not all malware is created equal. We've got viruses, those pesky little critters that love to latch onto your programs and spread like wildfire. Then there are worms, the masters of self-replication, slithering their way through networks and leaving a trail of chaos in their wake. And of course, we can't forget about Trojan horses, disguised as legitimate software but hiding a nasty surprise inside. Each of these bad boys has its own unique way of operating, its own signature move, if you will. And to truly understand how to build malware, you need to understand how these different types work. Think of it like studying the fighting styles of different martial arts masters. Understanding these different styles will make you a more well-rounded cybersecurity expert. Alright, listen up, because this is important. Before you even think about writing a single line of malicious code, you absolutely positively need to set up a secure testing environment. We're talking about creating a digital sandbox where you can play around with this stuff without risking your own system or, even worse, getting into any legal trouble. Think of it like this. You wouldn't practice your fire-breathing skills in your living room, would you? Unless you're really into replacing furniture, that's a recipe for disaster. The same goes for malware analysis. You need a controlled environment where you can unleash your inner digital pyromaniac without burning down the whole house. And that, my friends, is where virtual machines come in. A virtual machine, or VM for short, is basically like having a separate computer inside your computer. It's got its own operating system, its own programs, its own little digital ecosystem that's completely isolated from your main system. So, even if you accidentally unleash some kind of digital plague into your VM, your main system will be safe and sound. There are a ton of different VM software options out there, but some popular choices include VirtualBox and VMware. Okay, so you've learned the basics of programming, you've familiarized yourself with different types of malware, and you've set up a secure testing environment. Now it's time to get your hands dirty and start dissecting some real-world malware. Think of it like being a digital detective, dusting for fingerprints, analyzing blood spatter, piecing together the clues to understand how these malicious masterpieces were created. It's not for the faint of heart, but it's one of the best ways to learn the tricks of the trade. There are online repositories like VirusTotal that collect and analyze malware samples from all over the internet. They're like digital zoos, except instead of cute and cuddly animals, they've got all sorts of nasty digital critters locked up tight. But to really understand what makes these malicious programs tick, you're going to need the right tools. Think of it like a digital autopsy kit. Some essential tools for reverse engineering include disassemblers like IDA Pro and Ghidra, which let you peek under the hood and see the raw code that makes malware tick. By studying real-world malware, you'll gain valuable insights into the techniques, tools, and strategies used by attackers, which will make you a much more effective defender. That's a wrap on today's topic. If you found this video insightful, hit that like button, share it with your fellow cybersecurity enthusiasts, and let me know in the comments what topics you'd like us to cover next. And of course, don't forget to for more no-nonsense guides and tips on hacking, cybersecurity, and ethical hacking. Stay safe, stay curious, and as always, keep hacking ethically. See you in the next one.